Hi there, Joka here with my projects with the October Small die kit for Spellbinders. And these are the dies this month. I don't know about you, but I just can't get enough of truck dies still after years. And as you can see, there are a bunch of options to fill the back of your truck. And I decided to create a project with a fall theme and another one with a Christmas theme. And my card size is the mini slim die or the mini slim card size. I think it's 3.5 by 6.5 inches. And I started out by die cutting all the pieces, and I used pattern papers for these. And all these papers come from the beautiful new Paige Evans Bungalow Lane collection. So I'm creating a pink truck because why not? And it has little tiny hearts on it. And if you've watched my videos before, then you know I always like to assemble my pieces on a heavyweight cardstock like so. And then I can add all the fold out pieces like those white bits there. Plus this gives a bit of stability to the dies, and then it's easier to add foam tape later. At least that's what I think. I like it this way, especially when working with pattern paper because they are much thinner than cardstock. So to give a little bit of dimension to my truck, I'm adding some foam tape to some of these pieces. And also I wanted to mention the lights. Those are tiny pieces, and I think for one of them I used the wrong one. I think I was supposed to die cut the same shape twice, but I had, because these small dies are always on one die or like one sheet of metal, I had what I used for the mirror on the side. I had that shape cut out from yellow paper as well, so I just decided to use that one for my one of my lights instead of die cutting it again. Then I created these bars from, well, it's like a brown pattern paper. I thought it would be perfect for this kind of like a wooden look. And then I created a bunch of pumpkins from yellowish and orangish papers, and I'm using two different green papers for the leaves. And I think later I will change some of this once I know how I layer those pumpkins, but you will see that in a little bit. So yeah, I really don't like fall. I don't know if I mentioned that before, probably, because fall here doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look colorful. Oh, before I forget, so this is a die from one of the previous months, I think maybe July large kit, but I will surely check and link it in the description box, because I layered that for I used that for an extra layer in I think on the other card, the second card, and on this one I just used it for the background, especially for the size, you know, I didn't have to cut it. Okay, so where was I with fall? So it's not very colorful. I see all these beautiful movies with beautiful orange, yellow, red colors, and we just don't have that here, at least not where I live. We just have rain most of the time, so it's gray, depressing. So I just, so when I have the option to create projects like this, I really enjoy it. Kind of, it just makes me dream of nicer weather. All right, so there is these dies with the sentiment, and I am using that strip that I cut the sentiment out of. I'm just using as a template to glue back my letters. You can see here the dimension. I also added back the white letters, and then I layered orange ones on top of it. And now I will create my little scene here, which is super simple. Both of these cards are very simple. They just really feature the truck, and they are filled with something, in this case the pumpkins. And because I already die cut more pumpkins than this, and I didn't really want to add more to the truck, I kind of decided that I fill up the left part of the card with the remaining pumpkins, like like on a pumpkin field, I guess. So yeah, just to not waste anything there. And I'm using liquid glue, and for some of them, this last one here, I'm using foam tape to create dimension, and also so that it's not crooked, because there's plenty of layers on the left side of it. So in those cases, I don't like to use liquid glue. Okay, so here I'm trying to figure out where to put the leaves, and then I think I might change some of the colors. And also, don't be afraid to change your die cuts. I'm also cutting some of the leaves so that not everything is all the same. So some of them I cut smaller, and yeah, I'm just tucking them in. Oh yeah, and because there, here what I'm doing here, I added the leaf, I glued the leaf on top of that, what do you call that, stem? I don't know, the top of the pumpkin. I didn't like that look, so I die cut that shape again and then added that on top of the leaf, if that makes any sense. Okay, now on to my next card. This is going to be the Christmas card. For this one, I used a variety of scrap paper. Some of them I don't even know. This one is definitely Simple Stories from a few years ago, but I think they have these basic ones, polka dots and stuff like that in different colors, probably every year. I always like to have something simple like that. It's always good for backgrounds and small pieces of die cuts and things like that. This one is not a Christmas paper. This one was from a favorite collection of mine from One Canoe 2. I think it was called Twilight, from a few years ago. And Houndstooth, I always love that, especially for Christmas. So yeah. Now I'm using again that same die kit from a couple of months ago, and I did not stitch it. You can see the stitched edges, but I didn't stitch there. Okay, so the car is a variety of, I think it's a mixture of Heidi Swap Winter Wonderland, I think from 2 years ago, and the green bits are from Paige's new collection. And also the Christmas tree here, this light green, is also from Paige's collection. I did not show, I actually forgot to show how to put the present together, but it's very straightforward. It just has a bottom part and the lid, and then the bow here, that's 3 pieces, 3 little dies, and you just have to layer them. It's very, very simple. So that's all there is to it. And now I am trying something here. I die cut the sentiment from a red cardstock, and I actually wanted to use the letters just like I did on the first card, but then when I saw this die cut, I just really fell in love with it the way it was, and it's quite impossible to cut it straight with any of my trimmers, but I tried. I think it's not too bad. So this is what I wanted originally, but then I quickly scratched that idea. The big red bold sentiment, it just, I don't know, I just really like that. So I'm just filling my trunk the same way I did with the pumpkins, except now it's a Christmas tree and a gift. And I had, because I really struggle with deciding on which pattern paper I want to use. So sometimes I have multiple die cuts, like here. So I actually, but I don't like to waste anything, so I put those onto my card as well. And then the final piece here is the sentiment. I don't know, I just really like that look. Okay, so here they are. I hope you like them. I hope I could inspire you in one way or another. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.